Alright YouTube, in this video we are going to see how to convert this design into HTML and CSS. This is going to be the episode number 36th. In case if you have missed the previous video, I recommend you to watch all the previous episode and come here. So this is going to be slightly advanced than the previous one. Here I am not going to say what are the CSS I'll be not getting into details about the CSS. I'll be just using the tags and the CSS property directly. Now to follow along, I'll leave the source code along with the images in the description, so that in case if you got stuck somewhere, you can just copy paste it. And the image I'm using is from the Unsplash, and the credit goes to this guy, so it's his image. We are using it for the tutorial purpose. Now let's start our work. So to start, we need two files. The first one is index.html and the second one is style.css. I have already linked the style sheet over here, and I have added the font awesome icon as well. Here we have arrow icon, so that's the reason I have installed the CDN. Now we are going to use two font as like our previous episode. The first one is Intel and the second one is Roboto. Cool. Like our previous, we have just used font weight of 700. Now we need a font weight of 300 as well. Let me copy that. Here you can see it's slide 300. Select this and import. Now you just have to copy this and paste it in the CSS file. So you can see we have the font weight of 300 and the font weight of 700 as well. Actually we need the font of Roboto condensed. Cool. Now I added the Roboto condensed. Now let's get back to the work. Now we have to decide what are the HTML we are going to use. So we have a section, and inside the section I'm going to create a row, and here inside the row we have three columns. The first column contains the counterpart, the second column contains the image, and the third column contains the description about this section. So you can see we have the windmill, the icon, and this is also an image we'll be using, and we have a button. Fine. Now let's start working on it. We'll be creating column by column. Let's first create a section. Inside the section we have a row. Inside row we have column, which is 3 column. Just copy it twice. So for the first column, let's create a container div. So we'll call this container div as counter, COUNTER, and inside the counter we have paragraph and h3. The first one is going to be paragraph, which is the green color bold text, and the second one is going to be h3. So let me paste the content and copy it multiple times. Alright, I have placed it. Let me show you how does it looks. So without CSS, this is how it looks. Let's start creating it with CSS. So to create, we need to create hierarchy first. Alright, the hierarchy is ready. Let's start working on the section. We need width of 100% of vertical width, viewport width, and a height of 100% of vertical height. It's viewport height. Now we need a background. We don't need a background for this. So whatever is there inside, I want it. Let's leave that. Let's give the same width and height to the row. Width is going to be 100%. Height is going to be 100%. That means it's going to take the height and width of this section. Now whatever is there inside, let's make this display flex. Now for the first column, let the width be 20%, and for the second column let the width be 30%, and the third column is going to be 40%. Now let's try refreshing this. So align items center, justify content center, and let's see how does it looks. We got this. I think let's start creating this as it is taking the space according to the content. can see, this is the first one. We have row, first column 20, second column 40, and first, second, third. I think there's a spelling mistake over there. 1, 2, and this is 3. Cool. Now let's start designing the counter. So we need padding, top and bottom, or you can have margin as well. Let's give padding, top and bottom 30 pixel, left and right 20 pixel. Refresh it. Now it's time for the paragraph. We have font family as inter. Just copy paste this, and font size, let's say 60 pixel, line height 1.5 em, and the color is going to be green. I have copied the color green, it's here. Then we have font weight, which is 700. Let's refresh this and check. Now let's get into the paragraph. Sorry, it's H3. Let me copy the whole thing again. We'll be just changing the color and the font size. The color is going to be black, and the font size is going to be, let's say, 30. 15 is right, and the it's going to be Roboto condensed. Refresh it. You got it. Now we need to give letter spacing -2 for the paragraph, -2 pixel. Alright, now let's get into the image section. I think this is done. So the second section, sorry, the second column is going to have image, and the image name is banner.jpg. Let me refresh and check how does it looks. Too big. So the same way, inside the second column, this is how the hierarchy is going to be. So we have image, let the width be 100% and height be 100% of the column, and we can give border radius of 6 pixel. Let me see, too small, 16, 26. Cool, that's done. Now if you see, we have so much space, so let's decrease the padding for the counter. Cool. Alright. Or we can have, for the justify content, space between, not for this, it's align content, I'm sorry for that, align items, space around, so we get top and bottom some space. If I remove, let's see how does it looks. There is no change. I think we are doing something wrong. Let's get into the inspect. I think we have to give display flex over here, not to the row. Let this be center, And for the second column, let's give display flex direction column, and now that works, I think. And align items, we have align self start self, and this is not going to work. Align item center, align content is also not going to work. So here what we can do is, I think we don't have to do anything. We need all this space at the bottom on the top, so it's working good. Let me refresh this. We don't have to do anything. Cool. Now let's get into the third section, which is third column. We have image. It's going to be icon.png. Then we have paragraph. Again we have light paragraph. Then again we have button with some icon and text. Then we have again an image. It's going to be name.png. Now let me fill the text and create the hierarchy, CSS hierarchy, and continue the video. So I have filled the content. Alright, I have created the hierarchy as well. Now the point which we have to notice, I have used nth of type. So inside the third column we have two paragraphs and we have two image. So if you call nth child, so if you see for the column, this is the column, this is the first nth child, this is the second nth child, this is third nth child, this is fourth nth child, and this is fifth nth child. So if you select nth of type, that means for the first column, image is first type, and this is the image, again the image with the second index. The same way inside the column we have paragraph, this is one type, and this is the index 1 and this is index 2, and only we have button. So that's the reason why I have added this. I hope it is clear. If it is not clear, you can rewind this video and watch again. So let's refresh this and check how does it looks. Too big. If you see the image, let's directly target the image, and let's give width of 150 pixel and height of 150 pixel. Refresh it. Let's get into the inspect. Image, it's nth of type 2. And let me select the last one. Okay, let me try giving this width of 150 pixel, height of 150 pixel. So that works. You have to give this to the nth of type 2. I'm so sorry for that. It's not last. It's what it does is it's the IDE which took it by itself. Now it will work right. Let's refresh this. So you got this. So if let's get into the inspect, and you will find this as the nth child of 1, n of type 1, and if you select this, it is n of type 2. Again the paragraph, n of type 1, n of type 2. So that works. Now this 150 is too big. Let's just try to give this 100 and 100. Okay. Now if you see, we have some padding, or you can say margin right. For the image, let's call here we can have padding left of 30 pixel. 50 pixel would be ideal. It's saved, refreshes. So that works. Now let's target the first paragraph. Let's copy the same thing for the paragraph. Here font size is going to be 15 pixel and the text color is going to be dark black, and it's going to be Roboto. So we don't need this. We can have this as 300, which is light, font weight light. So this could be bold. The second paragraph need to be light. So we can have top and bottom as 50 pixel padding. Top and bottom 50 pixel, left and right 0. (16 pixel) font size. Yeah, that works. Let's do the same thing for the second paragraph. Copy paste. Here it's just the font, it is going to be 300, and since we just let the top be 0 and let the bottom be 50 pixel. If you think it's too much, we can have it less. Let's say 40. Alright, now what we can do is we can have this in a new paragraph. Let's close this and let's open the third paragraph. So we have 3 paragraphs. Again the nth of type 3. I hope it's clear. Copy the same thing for the third paragraph as well. Now we can make this even smaller. Sorry, the space, we can reduce the space to the bottom need to be 20 for this. Cool, I think we are getting closer. The image is even smaller. Where do the image go? This is second. It's here. Alright, let's reduce the padding for the first paragraph. Let the bottom be 40 pixel. For the top, let this be 20. Alright, we need to rearrange the image and the button. So the image, actually what happens is the image we got the image over here. So let's have BR tag one below the other. So now it's just the button which is remaining. I hope everything is close enough. Now let's add the button. The button is over here. Padding top bottom 15 pixel, left and right 40 pixel, background black, and the color is going to be white. Close, just the font size 15 pixel, and we have I should have margin right of 10 pixel, too much, 6, cool, and we need border radius for the button, 16 pixel, and we need to remove the outline and the border 0, outline none, and let's just wait to 6. Cool, that works. Actually it's not black, it's just a grayish black. You can add that. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.